Have you ever felt like someone was slipping away, and you just couldn't do anything about it? You tried everything: calls, texts, even playing it cool, but they still drifted further away. What if I told you there's a simple, yet powerful trick that forces them to want you back? And no, it's not about begging or chasing. It's about disappearing, and letting them come to you. Today, I'm going to share the psychological secrets behind this strategy, and why letting go could be the most effective way to bring someone back into your life. But make sure you stick with me through this video, because I'm not just going to talk about how it works. I'll break down step by step why disappearing works, how to do it the right way, and how it can completely change your love life. Stay till the end for the full strategy and tips. Part 1. The power of disappearing. Let's start with the why. Why does disappearing make people come back to you? The simple truth is scarcity and emotional value. When someone has access to you all the time, you lose your appeal. But the moment you disappear, when they realize they can't just reach out to you anytime, they feel the loss, the absence. You see, human beings are wired to desire what they can't have. When someone no longer has easy access to you, their subconscious begins to ask, where did they go? Why aren't they responding? That emotional gap creates a sense of longing. And trust me, it works. When I did this myself, it was unbelievable. I wasn't desperate. I wasn't playing games. I was simply disappearing for a while, focusing on myself. And it didn't take long before that person came back, wondering why they hadn't heard from me. It wasn't because I was ignoring them, but because I had value. Part 2. Why we feel the urge to chase. Before you disappear, you need to understand why we sometimes feel the urge to chase people. It's natural, right? But it's also one of the biggest mistakes we make in relationships. When we chase someone, we give them all the power. We start to feel less valuable. But when we stop chasing, when we disappear for a while, it shifts the power dynamics. They're the ones who have to chase you now. And that's a huge game changer. When I stopped chasing and started focusing on myself, it was like a switch flipped. Suddenly, the person who once ignored me was texting, calling, trying to get in touch with me. And you know what happened? My value skyrocketed in their eyes. They realized I wasn't a person to be taken for granted. Part 3. The psychology behind disappearing. So, let's dive a little deeper into the psychology behind why disappearing actually works. 1. Scarcity principle. 2. Emotional value. 3. The fear of losing you. First, the scarcity principle. This is the idea that people value things that are rare or hard to get. When you're always around, they don't appreciate you as much. But when you're no longer available, they start to realize your value. Second, emotional value. When you create space and distance, people have time to reflect on their feelings. They miss the connection, the laughter, the bond you had. And lastly, the fear of loss. People often don't realize how much they care until they start losing you. Disappearing makes them realize, wait, I could lose this person. They were important to me. And this is when emotions start kicking in. Part 4. How to disappear the right way. Now that you understand the psychology, let's talk about how to disappear the right way. It's not about playing games or being cold, it's about creating space for yourself and giving them the opportunity to miss you. Here are the steps you should take. 1. Stop initiating contact. No more reaching out. Let them come to you. 2. Focus on yourself. Spend time doing the things you love, improve yourself, and be happy. 3. Live your life. Go out with friends, enjoy new experiences, and live your life to the fullest. 4. Give them time to miss you. Don't text back immediately. Don't answer every call. By following these steps, you're allowing them to experience the absence of your presence. And trust me, when you let them feel the gap, they'll be the ones chasing after you. Part 5. Common mistakes when disappearing. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds easy, right? But there are mistakes that people make when trying to disappear. Let me warn you. Common mistakes when disappearing. First, Don't disappear too suddenly. This can come off as cold or disrespectful. Be gradual. Slowly pull back instead of just cutting them off completely without explanation. Second, don't disappear and then stalk them. Don't keep checking their social media or asking about them. Focus on yourself, not on what they're doing. Disappearing is about creating space, not drama. Part 6. What happens when they come back? So, what happens when they come back? This is the moment you've been waiting for. When they come back, you're no longer the person who was chasing them. You're confident. You've grown. And now, they're the ones who need to prove that they want to be part of your life. When they reach out, don't jump at the opportunity. Take your time to respond. Don't act desperate. Let them know that you've changed, that you're not just sitting around waiting for them. You're in control now. And when you're ready, take back control of your love life. Don't just accept them back because they came running. Make sure that they've learned the value of losing you. You're no longer chasing. They're the ones trying to win you back. Remember, disappearing isn't about being manipulative. It's about understanding your value and giving people space to miss you. If you're stuck in a cycle of chasing someone, try this strategy. Let them come to you. Subscribe now for more life-changing tips. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below about your experience with disappearing. I'd love to hear your stories and help you grow.